Teenage Marvel fan, back in another video, and the Goblin War has begun on Marvel's Spider-Man. And in this episode, we find out that the Goblin isn't just a person anymore. It's a nation. So, Spider-Man and Octavius, who's now going once again by the name of Dr. Octopus, they team up with Ghost Spider and Spider-Girl as they track down a mysterious new threat called the Goblin Nation. Now, while trying to figure out the person behind the Goblin Nation's creation, Peter goes to Horizon High because that is the one place that the Goblin tech would still be in Horizon's files. So then he goes there and he finds out that after he quit Horizon High, the student that took over his lab was none other than Alistair Smythe. So then he goes looking through Alistair's computer, and he finds out that, yes, Alistair has been accessing the Goblin tech. So Peter automatically thinks, Alistair Smythe is the Goblin. But then Alistair finds him in there, and then gets him confiscated by Max Modell. Of course, Max is still mad at him, and he's like, I can't believe you did that, dude. If I see you back on here on school grounds again, then, big consequences. Very bad. So bad. So he basically thinks that it's that it is, Alistair Smythe. But he decides to follow Alistair Smythe outside of school, of course, because he can't be seen on school grounds anymore, because bad things, very bad consequences. So he's basically stalking Alistair Smythe, so he's following him, and then he gets led into this, abandoned warehouse. He gets in there, and then that's when a bunch of spider slayers come out of nowhere and start attacking him. And then, all of a sudden, Spider-Gwen and Spider-Girl come in to help, except Spider-Girl's now calling herself Ghost Spider for some reason. What a stupid name. But they come in to help, and once they defeat the Spider Slayers, Ghost Spider and Spider-Girl reveal that they were trying to track down the Goblin King, and that they were following a suspect. And then they reveal that their suspect is Peter Parker. Because, as due to Octavius's actions from when he was the Superior Spider-Man, because they're like, he's been acting really shady lately, and he got kicked out of Horizon High, and he showed up at Horizon today looking through the Goblin tech, and so they're, super suspicious, and they think it's Peter. And, of course, Spider-Man thinks that it's Alistair Smythe because, as he's taken Peter's place at Horizon High, he could have had access to the Goblin tech on the school's computers from when Harry, the original creator of the tech, was a student. And so then Harry actually returns in the episode, and when he sees that Peter's working with Otto, he's like, no, I'm not having anything to do with him. Otto doesn't trust Harry. Harry doesn't trust Otto. Because last time Harry saw Otto, I kind of tried to kill him. And then Otto just doesn't trust any Osborn anymore after what Norman did to him. So they don't trust each other. So Peter's on his own in this one, because Anya and Gwen think that he's the Goblin King, and then at the same time, Otto and Harry can't work together, so, yeah. But then that is when, so, Ghost Spider and Spider-Girl, they don't know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, so that's why they're cool with Spider-Man. And I don't get this, how stupid are these people? If Peter just tells them that he's Spider-Man, then they'll be like, oh, alright. So then they'd be friends again. Everything would be fine. They wouldn't have to deal with the whole secret identity thing with them anymore. Like, why won't they tell them? Like, why? It just doesn't make sense. They're literally working together, and things would be so much easier. But no, still gotta make things complicated. So anyway, the two of them find a goblin, so then they call Spider-Man, and then a bunch of other goblins show up, and then Peter calls in Otto, so then he sends in the spider bots, and they end up defeating all these goblins and trap them in this, I don't know what it's called, but it's one of those things. It's like the big box with the seats on it that kind of goes like down a zip line in the city or something. Yeah, so they trap them all in one of those things, and then they start unmasking them. And it turns out they're all a bunch of random people until they get to the last one, and it's Alistair Smythe. So Gwen and Anya are confused because they're like, well, we thought it was Peter Parker. But no, Peter was right, / Spider-Man was right, because it was Alistair Smythe. Except it's revealed that he's not the leader. He was just a recruitment, and he was actually one of the newest members because he is working for the Goblin King. Well, they don't know that yet, because later on, Harry informs. Actually, one quick part before that. So Otto one night. Actually, I think that's that same night, because he had his spider drones stay with the goblins until the police arrived. But all of his spider drones or spider bots started going offline. So then he went outside to the top of the building and brought his binoculars to look over at what was happening, and all of the goblins were getting rescued. And he could just see another goblin, but his suit was different. It was completely green. So this is the Goblin King, because all of the goblins were chanting, "All hail the Goblin King," except they were doing it really creepily because they're like a secret cult. So it's the Goblin King. So now they know that the Goblin King is the leader, but they don't know who the Goblin King is. So Otto tells Peter about it, and then Harry shows up again, and he tells Peter that he thinks his father is still alive. So, dun dun dun, is Norman Osborn still alive, or is someone else the Goblin King? There's also been rumors that Harry is the Goblin King, and this is a whole double-cross trap thing, and that would be pretty crazy. I don't know what to think about this. I hope it's just Norman Osborn, because that would be so much better. But I don't know. Who do you think the Goblin King is? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in my next video, so I can bestow all Marvel knowledge upon you.